Welcome back to the Press Box NIU edition. I'm Daily Chronicle sports editor John Stife. I'm here with sports reporter Nick Gertz and NIU beat reporter John Solly. The Huskies went down to Tennessee last week, came away with a loss, but there are a lot of positives out of that.
I think the first positive you have to look at is the defense, specifically Larry English. He was the MAC West Defensive Player of the Week. He had 2.5 sacks, and the defense really kept him in the ballgame in a 13-9 loss.
All right, and the Huskies have done this before against an SEC opponent, but this year it didn't look like they had as strong a team as the last time, they went down and beat Alabama. What do you take out of this?
Well, if NIU pulled the victory off, I would have called this probably the biggest win in NIU's history. And when you look at it, the talent-wise is not the same as 2003. You don't have the big names. Alabama was a much better opponent at that time. So when you look at it, when NIU goes in with their fourth quarterback option there and pulls within four points there, I mean, that could have been the biggest victory in NIU history, I thought.
All right, and now we're back to MAC play. They got 3 home games in a row. Tell me how important this stretch is going to be.
This is probably the most important stretch on the schedule for NIU. This is a big chance for them to move up in the conference and in the division and get some big wins. Miami, Ohio, who they play Saturday, is a winnable game. Then it's Toledo, another winnable game. And Bowling Green, who just lost to Eastern Michigan, a team that Northern Illinois just destroyed at Eastern Michigan. So this is a big stretch for them.
All right, and at this point, does it look like NIU could even make a bowl game?
That's too early to tell right now, but I will say my prediction of 7 wins is probably getting closer now.
Even though they just lost?
Hey, I mean, when you look at what they've done, 11 points within the 3 losses, 7 wins could be possible. And if they pull out the 3 victories in this key stretch, you're looking at a 5-3 team going into November.
All right, and it looks like DeMarcus Grady will be starting on Saturday.
DeMarcus Grady probably will get the start. Dan Nicholson's left shoulder is bothering him. It got hurt originally against Western Michigan, but it took a real bad shot against Tennessee. He's not practicing Tuesday. He may not practice much, if at all, later this week. Chandler Harnish has started jogging. He started jogging Monday, and they're hoping that he can get into some individual drills. They're not really sure yet, but he may be available on Saturday. They're not sure. But right now their focus is on Grady and him starting on Saturday.
All right, and the home stretch starts on Saturday. We'll be back next week to talk a little bit about that and preview the Toledo game. Once again, if you got any questions or feedback, send them to sports@daily-chronicle.com, and we'll see you next week.